Welcome to Tbilisi, Georgia, a city that feels like a warm hug from history and a loud, friendly invitation to explore. Tbilisi sits on the banks of the Kura River, tucked into a valley where Europe and Asia have met and mixed for centuries. It is famous for its honeyed wines, steaming sulfur baths, crooked cobbled lanes, and a skyline where ancient fortresses sit beside daring modern bridges. If you like cities that surprise you at every turn, Tbilisi will keep you smiling. The story of Tbilisi is full of comebacks. Legend says it was founded in the 5th century by a king who warmed himself and named the city after that warmth. Over time, Tbilisi grew as a crossroads for traders, soldiers, and artists. It has been shaped by Persian, Ottoman, and Russian influences, and each era left traces in its churches, baths, and houses. Despite invasions and upheavals, the city kept its spirit, folding new layers of culture into an old core. Today you can feel that layered history as you walk. Look up at the carved wooden balconies that lean over narrow streets, and you will see faded colors and sun-bleached ornaments. Walk along the river and the city changes character every few blocks. In the old town you will find low houses with intricate balconies, tiny cafes, and the warm smell of baking bread. Cross one of the modern bridges and you enter a more contemporary part of the city with galleries, indie shops, and street art. Climb the trail up to Narikala Fortress and you will be rewarded with views of rust-red roofs and the twisting river below. The atmosphere in Tbilisi is relaxed but lively. People are open and proud of their traditions. At any hour you will find friends sharing food and stories, old men playing chess, musicians practicing in courtyards, and children racing through fountains. The city moves slowly when it needs to rest and quickly when it wants to celebrate. The climate is continental, with hot summers and cold winters. For the most comfortable visit, aim for spring or autumn. April to June brings blossom and mild days, while September and October offer warm afternoons, clear skies, and grape harvest festivals in the nearby countryside. Winters can be snowy and charming if you enjoy a quiet, cozy city. Everyday life here is centered on family, food, and hospitality. Georgians take pride in their table, and the supra or feast is a ritual where stories flow as freely as wind. A toastmaster called a temeta leads the toasts, weaving history, humor, and emotion into every glass raised. Wine is not just a drink in Georgia, it is part of identity. Expect offers of homemade wine or a small smoky glass of chacha, the local spirit. Food is simple, rich, and satisfying. Try kachapuri, a cheese-filled bread that will make you understand why Georgians think life is better with cheese. Everyday markets hum with vendors selling fresh produce, cheese, and spices. Must-see spots are easy to reach and rewarding. Lose yourself in the narrow alleys of the old town, breathe in the steam around the sulfur baths in Abanotubani, and wander up to Narikala Fortress for panoramic views. Visit the Meteki Church perched above the river, and then cross to the modern Peace Bridge for a photo that shows old and new in one shot. Stroll Rustaveli Avenue to see theaters, museums, and caves, and hunt for treasures at the Dry Bridge Flea Market. For a different pace, head out to the wine region of Kafiti for tasting rooms and rolling vineyards. Practical travel tips will help you feel at home. Many visitors do not need a visa, but check your country's rules before you go. The currency is the Georgian lari, and while cards are accepted in many places, small shops and market stalls like cash. Public transport includes buses and marshrutas, which are cheap, and lively. Taxis are affordable and easy to arrange by app or on the street. Wear comfy shoes as cobblestones and hills are everywhere. Dress modestly if you plan to enter churches. Learn a few words of Georgian or even Russian. A warm attempt at hello and thank you goes a long way. Be open to invitations to share food and stories. In return, you will receive genuine hospitality. Tbilisi is a city that rewards curiosity. It asks you to slow down, to follow a small alley, to stay for one more cup of tea. Whether you are sipping wine in a courtyard, soaking in a sulfur bath, or watching the sunset from a fortress, Tbilisi leaves you feeling connected to people and place. This is a city where history lives in everyday details and where every walk turns into a memorable discovery. Pack small expectations and a big appetite and let Tbilisi do the rest.